everybody, welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today I'm here with my romance slash thriller, wrap up. I still have one more day because it's the 30th to finish a cozy mystery, but those are basically all I read. So that will come up next week because, I still have one more day to finish another book, and I think I will finish one more. I only have 4 books. One's actually a thriller, but I'm including it in here. With it being March Mystery Madness, I was focused on, you get it, you got it, mysteries. So there was hardly any romance read. I really missed them. So it will definitely go back to being more next month. Can't wait for that. But let's just get right into it. We're talking about the books I read, the romance books, and one thriller I read in the month of March. In 3, 2, 1, go! The first book I read in March that wasn't a cozy mystery, again, those will be in another wrap up, is The Housemade Secret. I'm going to put it right here. This is the second in the Housemade series by Freedom McFadden. I don't know what the series is actually called. Housemade, I'm not really sure. Oh, it is called The Housemaid. Look at that. Okay, so Millie is back, and she gets a call about a new job because, her job ended in the last place. And so she takes this job, and everything looks really perfect in this apartment that she's working in, except that she's never seen the wife. She knows she's there, and he's like, well, she's ill. And so, but then she's doing laundry. She sees some blood on her nightgown. And then there's this reason that she wants to knock on her door and actually speak to her, or maybe she just wants to see her or something. I can't remember exactly. And that's where the story takes off. I don't want to tell you anything more than that because you really need to go into thrillers blind. I'm very new at thrillers, but like the more blind, the better, I feel like, because, unless it's like a trigger, of course. Always check your trigger warnings. But I'm just saying, like, other than that, you really want to go in blind. At least I think you do. So that's all I'm going to say about this. I gave this 3.5 stars. I gave the first one 4. Really enjoyed it, but I did like the first one better. Next up, I read the first book in the Fallen Men motorcycle romance book series. I almost said cozy mystery series. It is not. It is a motorcycle club series by Gianna Darling. It's called Lessons in Corruption. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I did not know what to expect going in. I have not really read, I don't think, any motorcycle romances. And like I said, did not know what to expect. I did end up enjoying it. At first I was like, I don't know if I can do this because, so it features King and Cress, and King is 18 and he is a student of Cress's at a high school. And I was like, oh, I don't know if you can make this work. At least for me. Like I don't care what other people read. I'm talking about my preferences and my, reading tastes. So, but I ended up really enjoying it. I gave it 4 stars. Here's why I think it worked. Okay. So King is the president of the motorcycle club, Zeus. King is his son. And so he is really treated in every way like a adult. You would, unless they are like shoving down your throat that he is 18 or her student, you wouldn't even remember. He's hanging out at bars. He's not being ID'd. The amount of women and relationships he's had is like, well beyond what an 18-year-old would normally have. The things that he's involved in, it just feels like he's in his mid-20s, which is the same age as Cress. So I think that's why it works. I mean, he's still her student, don't get me wrong. But I end up really, really enjoying it. I loved this couple. I liked their relationship dynamic. I really liked King as a character. I liked Cress too, but I really enjoyed King as a character. Gave it 4 cups of coffee, 4 stars. And probably I'm going to say ginger spice. So if you don't know, one of my friends, from Sonia with an I, she's an amazing booktuber. She reads an array of stuff, but not much romance. She said one time, wouldn't it be funny if you rated your romance books with the Spice Girls? I'm like, that would be hilarious. Can I do that? She said, of course. So here we are. So if you don't know the chart, it is Baby Spice and then Posh Spice. No, sorry. Baby Spice, Sporty Spice, Posh Spice, Ginger Spice, and Scary Spice. So I'm going to say Posh. I'm going to go with Posh. Posh Spice. Leaning towards Scary Spice. But not, like, in between there. Okay? Okay. Next up, I read Fish Out of Water. This is by Katie Ruggles. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. I love the cover. I love the colors. I think the cover is fantastic. Absolutely love it. So our main characters are Dahlia, I think it's pronounced Dahlia, and Winston. And Winston is I think he's a cozy mystery author. I'm pretty sure he writes cozy mysteries, which is funny because, I'm a cozy mystery gal. But anyways, pretty sure he is a cozy mystery author, but he's very much she calls him a recluse. He doesn't feel like he is, but he does like to, not get involved in people. He has his house booby trapped, so take that as you will. And what happens is Dahlia's sister goes missing. And nobody kind of really believes her because what Dahlia knows there's something wrong because she got a text that says, like, say hi to mom or mom says hi, something to do with mom. And they are half sisters and both of them together have a horrible relationship with any of the moms in their life. So I think they have 2 different moms and neither one have a relationship with either of them. Get what I'm saying? Okay. And the father is just as bad, like their dad. Oof. Okay, but anyways. So that was always like their code. And people are like, all she said was say hi to mom. What's the big deal? And she's like, no, you don't understand. She would never say that. It's because that's the joke. Like, we don't have a relationship with mom, blah, blah, blah. I know something's wrong. Like, this is an emergency code for us. And still kind of people are like, she hasn't been missing long ago, and she was supposed to be going hiking in like the Colorado Rockies. So Dahlia goes. She's like, no, I'm going to go find my sister. And I don't remember if somebody tells her that this man could be her guide or why she decides she needs this man to help her. But he is a survival instructor, or he used to be. And so he definitely knows the area. So I think I can't remember it. Someone had to point her in that direction. And so she gets through all the booby traps. Not well, but she does. And she gets to his door and she's like, hey, you need to help me find my sister. And she basically blackmails him. She's like, I'm going to tell all your fans where you live if you don't help me. And so, he begrudgingly helps her and it becomes less begrudgingly as we go. And it turns into, a romance. 3 cups of coffee, maybe, let's see, baby, sporty, maybe posh. Maybe in between, probably sporty and posh, like level 2 and 3, somewhere in there, 2.5, as far as spice level. Their romance was just kind of like, I didn't really feel like they were soulmates or anything like that after reading it. It was just a fun, quick read. There you go. Next up, I read number 2 in the Fallen Men series, Welcome to the Dark Side, right here. This again by Gianna Darling, motorcycle romance. This one was hard for me. So the main characters are Zeus, the president of the club, and Lulu. And they meet when she is 6 and he is 26 or maybe even older, something like that. So he is, of course, like I said, the president of this club, and there was some violence going on, and there was a shooting and in the parking lot of this church. And Lulu's dad is the mayor of the town, and her grandfather is the pastor of this church. And so she was like playing in the parking lot, or must have been a playground or something like that right by there. There were a bunch of kids outside, and when the shooting starts happening, because it's kind of like a drive-by or, you know, that sort of thing, Zeus just tries to, you know, like cover her because there's a little kid right next to him, and, you know, and they both end up shot. And so after that day, Zeus goes to prison, and Lulu is, of course, in the hospital for a little bit, recovering from the shooting, but also they have found out through the shooting that she has cancer. And so she's going through cancer treatment as well. And she writes letters to Zeus in prison. And, you know, they're very innocent letters at first. It's like, hey, you must be my guardian monster instead of guardian angel, because he's got like all these scary tattoos and she's 6 and he's a huge guy, huge. And so for her, instead of a guardian angel, she calls him her guardian monster. And the letters are all very innocent. You know, they're just like telling about what's going on, and then he's kind of the same way. He doesn't really write much back. He just kind of responds to what she writes. And then when she gets to be like 16, I think it is, she writes him a letter, and she basically says, you know, I'm in love with you. And he's like, nah. He's like, you're a child. Nah, we're done. We're not speaking anymore. We're not writing anymore. Sorry, kid. And then, like, all of a sudden something shifts. And a year later, so she's 17, she is working in the strip club that the fallen buy, probably because of her, because he's kind of been keeping tabs on her. She's not a stripper. She works there as a waitress. Anyways, so he's coming in to the strip club a lot, and they end up starting this relationship. And so at first I kept like saying, oh, well, you know, there is no weird references, you know, and even when she says, you know, I'm in love with you, he's like, hey, you're underage, blah, blah, blah. But like something flipped all of a sudden. And then he would make these weird, creepy comments referencing like a little girl and lollipops and all this. And I'm like, ooh, I'm only talking about my reading taste. If you liked it, good on you. I'm not speaking about you or your taste in books. I'm talking about how I felt about it. I was glad that the book was over. I'm glad I finished it though, because for the series, there was a lot of stuff that happened that I needed to know in the 3rd book, which I am reading now. So I'm glad that I finished it. But this is not my favorite in the series. It's not going to be my favorite. It's probably going to be my least, but I haven't finished the series, so I can't swear to that. Yeah, it was really on the line for me of what I felt okay with. And a point's not okay with. I gave it 2.5, rounded up to 3 cups of coffee, and I'll say ginger. Let's just go with ginger. That way I'm on the safe side. Instead of the dark side. Welcome to the dark side, the safe side. Okay, that is the last romance I read. Like I said, I was really focused on mysteries this month. What was your favorite book of the month? My favorite romance of the month was definitely Lessons in Corruption. Really enjoyed King and Cress, and I've heard that they have another book coming up in this series, so I'm really excited to read that one eventually. Reading number 3 now. Anyways, again, let me know what your favorite was of the month. Give me a big thumbs up for this video. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.